So I made a complete U-turn. The other team, it was okay, but something wasn't feeling right. So just made a completely brand new team. Decided I just wanted to see what Dondozo was about, because I haven't played too much with it in Series 1. I just wanted to see what actually beats Dondozo, because I've been struggling with it with just what I initially had. So it's just basically the idea was what is beating Dondozo. I will use this to be able to find out. I also wanted to put back onto the team Brute Bonnet and Iron Hands, because that was my very first starting point of just any team. That I was building for Bochum, and I still like them, so they're back on the team. Then I just slapped them on with Dondozo and Tatsugiri, because Ashton Cox used the same four in the team he got second with, and he had Roaring Moon and Golden Goat over these two. I put Flutter Mane and Iron Moth just as another combination, because the idea was, like, when I thought, oh, I'll just have 3 duos, and I'll slap this on, was the fact that Iron Moth gets Toxic Spikes. So then you win the Dondozo mirror, as long as they're not Chesterberry. Please don't be Chesterberries. Yeah, so you win the mirror because they get poisons, you don't, and then you're sorted. So basically, the team came together in about 2 minutes, and then I've just been editing things as I've been going. So the Brute Bonnet spread has just changed very slightly. So I'm now speed creeping things that will try and speed creep Brute Bonnets, specifically Iron Hands. Like, Iron Hands will potentially run some speed to try and win the speed creep war, and a reasonable point to go to, at least with the speed creep war, is outspeed no speed Brute Bonnet, or even 4 speed Brute Bonnet. Therefore, I've outsped those with Iron Hands, and then one more with Brute Bonnet, and I put Brute Bonnet 1 point faster than my Iron Hands to bluff the fact that they still could be no speed investment. Because if the Iron Hands outspeeds the Brute Bonnet, that confirms Iron Hands has some speed. So I'll be able to hide that, because with the open team sheet, the only things you can hide is the EV spreads. So when it comes to that, that's what I'll be hiding. It still survives the Moonblast, Life Orb Moonblast from Flutter Manes, so and responds back to KO with loaded C bullet dice with at least 4, unless they've got some bulk, and there's actually been some that have already survived 4. But then that's not so bad, because then Sucker Punch just finishes them off. Or I can get 5. Or I can get a crit on any of them. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so Brute Bonnet and Iron Hands, still basically the same thing. This is just a bulky spread. There's no benchmark. It's just max special defense, mostly HP, with the speed creep that I mentioned. Keeping in mind whether I want Terra Grass or Terra Normal as well. Terra Normal could be quite nice, because then it just gets no weaknesses apart from fighting. So that's pretty sweet. But Grass is mainly there to avoid any spores or Amoongus kind of stuff, because Amoongus will be very good against Dondozo, so want to make it not as effective against Iron Hands, because then I can just ignore it. So then, yeah, I've got the Dondozo here. The idea with this one that I've had is Terra Ground. I don't think I've seen any Terra Grounds. And whenever I face Dondozos, the issue has always been Earthquake is still two-shotting me, just about. Like, Earthquake has always been my issue when I've been facing Dondozo. So I just thought, well, actually, I make myself immune to electric-type attacks, which is one of the few ways of hitting water, so that's all right defensively. And then I get stab on my Earthquake. So that's the idea. Also, trying not order up, because again, Ashton Cox was able to get second with no order up, so that's what I'm just testing out here. I do like order ups, but just testing it, seeing what's happening. Standard choice Scarf Tatsugiri, with some bulk, so this survives a life for Brave Bird from a Talonflame, pretty sure. Because then, if I lead with Tatsugiri without the Dondozo, they can't just lead with the Talonflame, that's Life Orb, and Brave Bird KO me. It would KO me if I had no bulk, which most Gas ones do. So I do actually have some on this one. Was it? Well, it was that, wasn't it? Yeah, that way around. And it still OHKOs a Roaring Moon that is lazy with its EVs. So they're like 20 HP. So you still... A Roaring Moon that's max speed but still wants the attack boost. So it would OHKO that if it doesn't Terra. Also, I've got Surf as the filler move, so generally you put Draco, Muddy Water, and Icy Wind, and then whatever you want otherwise. Soak would be alright with Iron Hands and Brute Bonnet, but they're a bit slow to make use of it. And I had a practice game already when I was just laddering my new ult up a bit in the gym. I had a practice game where I clicked Muddy Water 3 times. There was a Protect, so it didn't hit one of them, but I missed all 5 Muddy Waters. So it got quite ridiculous. Then I realised that surfing myself with this team specifically is not the worst thing. Iron Moth doesn't like it, but Iron Hands is so bulky that it doesn't really care. Flutter Mane has such good special defense that it doesn't particularly care. Dondozo won't be surfed because the Tatsugiri will be in its mouth, so that doesn't matter. And Brute Bonnet doesn't particularly care if it gets surfed. So just having that 100% accuracy that I could go for is quite nice, because I don't like Muddy Water in the slightest. I originally had Hydro Pump, and I may put Hydro Pump over Muddy Water, So that's something to keep in mind. I might update that on the tracking thing. But yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'll keep track of if I miss a KO or if I survive something, because I'm seeing whether sacrificing this bulk is going to be okay. Because the nice thing about the Tatsugiri as well being choice scarfed is that it still underspeeds the booster energy Iron Moth, so I could lead with Iron Moth and Tatsugiri rather than just Iron Moth and Flutter Mane, and still go for Atsiz Spray and Draco Meteor or whatever, and that should pick up a KO as well. Also worth mentioning that both the Iron Moth and the Tatsugiri are Ghost. One, because of fake outs, so that if I lead with either of them next to Flutter Mane, they can't fake out and stop me what I'm doing. And two, because Perish will just want a regional, so just in case, I'll be able to switch out the trap. So, yeah, the Iron Moth said that it's got Toxic Spikes mainly to win the mirror. I've got Overheat over Heat Wave so that I can just get some Okos, like Overheat, Okos, Golden Go, and all that stuff. So Overheat's a bit stronger, and that's just basically what I've used on Salazzle, so I'm used to that. And this is like Salazzle Plus, in a sense. So, because, Fire Poison, stronger. I was going to say faster. Technically, because of the booster energy. Also, this is a bit of a weird spread. Not gone max speed, because if you go max speed, then I was going to say you limit yourself to that much attack if you still want the speed boost, but then if I'm getting the speed boost, then I don't actually need to invest anything in special attack, and I can maximize bulk instead. So this survives a Roaring Moon's acrobatics, like a plus attack Roaring Moon's acrobatics when it's Terra Flying. So that's pretty impressive. And then it's max HP, and that survives a Iron Bundle Hydro Pump 30... What? No. They have a 31% chance to KO the Iron Moth with Hydro Pump. No, it's 37% chance. And then it goes down to a 30% chance exactly, factoring in the fact that Hydro Pump can miss. Not the worst, but I don't have space to bump up the special defense. So, yeah, this is a bulky Iron Moth, so I'll be seeing if I need the bulk, or could I get away with just not even being special attack, because I don't even have much speed on my Flutter Mane. This is something I'm testing out. I'm just seeing if this will be okay, because I'm seeing if I don't need to bother with the speed tie. In general, when I team build Pokemon, like for previous generations as well, I haven't opted into the speed tie. For example, like Dragapult's last generation. Going max speed on Dragapult, utterly pointless. Because it's so much speed to get up to there, and that is so many EVs that could have been elsewhere for every other situation except the Dragapult speed tie, which you lose 50% of the time anyway. Flutter Mane is exactly the same thing here. I could be getting a modest special attack boost, because back when I was using the timid one, what was it? It was 196. No, it was that, wasn't it? Well, yeah, 196, 180 special attack, whereas I could be having 203. That's a 23 special attack boost. That's going to get some KOs that it wouldn't have done otherwise. For example, this is quite likely to KO expected Assault Vest Iron Hands if I get a Terra Fairy Life Orb Moonblast into them. So that could be quite significant. The bulk is increased as well. It's a bit weird with Life Orb, but that means that now it is a 93% chance for a Sash Shadow Ball from a Flutter Mane to not KO me after a round of Life Orb tech. So I should theoretically be able to hit off with a Life Orb, survive a Shadow Ball as well. If I don't Terra. Terra Fairy is definitely for Flutter Mane mirrors that I should be somewhat okay against anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm testing. Do I need to go for the speed tie, or can I get away with this much special attack and then it just allows some bulk? I have not outsped things like Jolly Dondozo, because I'm theoretically just going to Dondozo versus Dondozo with a Toxic Spikes up. So I've only outsped Adamant Dondozos at +2, and I think that's okay. But yeah, we will see. I think that's most things. Yeah, I think so. So let's actually play a few games. That is the right. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I think this whole I got to the 1500s in the gym, so a little bit lower than the previous one, but I wanted to start a new one because it's a brand new team rather than like an edit of the previous team. It's a brand new team, so all right. So looks like they definitely can Trick Room. Surely just go for Iron Hands and Farigiraf. That's the standard. They can also do the same with Screamtail or with the Armarouge. It's a bit of a shame they don't have open team sheets, but what's their... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, what is their answer to Dondozo? What is Sable, probably. On Thunderwave as well, yeah. Screamtail. Something to keep in mind for that. Terra Blast. Wow. Terra Flying, okay. Covert Cloak. Terra Bug, interesting. Just the standards. Okay, no protecting the armor, which is good. Safety goggles on the... so I won't spore the headlong rush. The Great Tusk, I'll just go for Bullet Seed. There's no safety goggles there, is there? There is not. So I can lead with Brute Bonnet and Iron Hands, I think. With Dondozo Tatsugiri in the back. Flutter Mane is okay here, actually. Flutter Mane is okay. Do I want to go Iron Hands? Do I want to go Dondozo? It doesn't seem like they have the best answers to Dondozo. Did they have White Guard? They did, okay. Because Flutter Mane is actually pretty sweet here. With instead of Iron Hands, actually. And I'll still have Dondozo. Terra Bug is interesting. Like, I know it resists grounds, but it's an interesting one. Bug isn't actually the worst of defensive typings. Like, most situations you want grass. So, that's what is stopping most of the bug terrors. Alright, okay, so, yeah, I can just go for Rage Powder on this turn. It's just whether they disable me or not. Should be able to just go for Moonblast and Sport, right? Because even if they protect like they're doing and Thunder Waving me, very brave in front of the Rage Powder, but that's fine because they're going to sleep. So... And then... Yeah, I don't need to worry about that too much, do I? Because I'll just be able to Dondozo. Like, I'll seriously be able to Dondozo. I'm just going to get rid of the Screamtail. Again, incredibly brave in front of the Rage Powder, but that's fine. It's the necessary chip I need. Or I could go into just Tatsugiri and Surf. I don't trust Muddy Water. Yeah, I think that's fine. I will Surf, and I will Bullet Seed. They don't wake up, that's alright. Surf will definitely KO this. Unless it Terra Fightings. As Farigiraf, so I can't Suck Punch anymore. Did it have Trick Room? It did, okay. So it has to Terra Fighting here, right? I'm gonna Surf. I'm gonna... Okay, that's alright. Yeah, that's okay. I'll take that. Because I'll switch into Dondozo now. No, I'll be able to... Oh, I Terra'd, so I can't, like, ground Earthquake, but I think that the Earthquake should still be okay. Although they can Terra Flying with their Farigiraf. Because that's an interesting one. Yeah, just make it rain. that did so little. Yeah, just in case they Terra Flying. I think I just Wave Crash because I ignored the Golden Go completely. I'm pretty sure this is sealed now. It's just seeing their alt name as well. That's quite funny. Yeah, and that gets around the resistance. So, oh, they have Recover. I didn't even spot that. Oh, they haven't got Protect. Okay. Yeah, I just ignore it. I just Wave Crash the Great Tusk. No downsides. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, that's not enough. Okay, not bad. What kind of win was that? Pretty sure that was no predictions, right? Yeah, I don't think I predicted anything particularly. Terra Groud. Not Groudon. There we go, there's Terra Ground. I think there's particularly anything I need to update in regards to that. Because The bolt didn't matter, the attack didn't matter, so yeah, I'm not going to update any of the specific ones, because I don't think anything was too impactful. I should put zeros here, though, shouldn't I? Okay, they put the timer on, so they're not going to do sheets, because they'd have done sheets then timer. So if I can take her a Flutter Mane, my Iron Hands just wins. Right? Pretty sure that is the case. So I'll lead with Brute Bonnet. And my own Flutter Mane. Bring Iron Hands. Do I bring Iron Moth? Do I bring... So I'm not bringing both Tatsugiri and Dondozo, it seems. Yeah, because I'm going for an Iron Hands win, not Dondozo one. Don't particularly like my Iron Moth. Don't particularly like Dondozo without... Yeah, so it's going to be Tatsugiri. Okay, they didn't even lead with that, so... Whatever. So I'm going to attempt to spore the Iron Hands, and I'll switch into my own Iron Hands. That was always going to happen, and Iron Heads, assumedly. Yep, that did very little. So now... Hopefully they are not Terra Grass. And hopefully they are not Terra Fairy. Well, it's... Because this still could be safety goggles. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the play I originally went for and see what happens, because I wouldn't be able to cancel in the game. Although I do tend to cancel still on Showdown. Open team sheets would have helped me here. Like, if I knew safety goggles or... Like, if I knew that that was Assault West King Gambit, I would spore that. If I knew it was not grass on the Iron Hands, I would not spore that. But, you know, this play has worked out absolutely perfectly. So, right. Only a Terragon Earthquake would be bad here, because I can just Drain Punch the... Yeah, I'm going to Spore and Drain Punch here, because they can't KO my Iron Hands at all with the Gyarados. Only Terragon Earthquake, and even then, I don't think it would. And again, I would know in open team sheets. So, this is just where the best of one ladder stuff comes in. Okay, that's a good play. That's a good play. That's a good play for sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure what this is a Terra Poison Bullets. Oh, I can't protect, can I? That doesn't work. Terra Grass then. Yeah, Terra Grass makes sense. But then if they Terra Flying the Iron Hands, that doesn't work. I should probably keep track of Protect or Fake Out on the Iron Hands, because that may be important. Okay, I'm glad I made the play I did, because I should survive this. Yeah, and then KO'd, so that works out. Not too bad. Okay, and I don't think they had Dazzling Gleam, so I wasn't even I don't call that basic conditions too. I'm going to add... There's some live editing. But I'm going to add Fake Out and Protect. And I think that would be one for Protect there. to recrop that. There we go. And like an open team sheet, so I'd have been able to see if that was Sasha or not, or whatever. Okay, so let's see. Don't be Chesto. Okay, that's alright. As long as they don't lead with the Dondozo. So, yeah, Iron Moth and Flutter Mane with Dondozo and Tatsugiri in the back, right? Yeah. This is what I'm going to default to for now, and I'll see if I don't need to Toxic Spikes. But there is nothing they have that can stop it. Because I even outspeed the Scarf Tatsugiri. There is nothing there. No, so Toxic Spikes definitely goes up, so I will win the Dondozo 1v1. And they don't lead with it, so that's alright. So, just the, yeah, that's alright. Spikes. What kind of poison? Okay. I'm going to Shadow Ball, because they're going to beat up this... There we go, that's alright. Because now that should be in range of the Terra Ground Earthquake, right? Because they didn't bulk up, so that should be okay. Because that forced the poison. Although they can switch out the Annihilate now. Please don't do that. Because then you'd be able to get rid of my Toxic Spikes. Okay, good. Yep, friend card did not save them. Super Fang is a thing, sure. Ooh, but Scarf Tatsugiri, actually. Yeah, there we go. So definitely protect on the first turn. They don't have Encore, do they? No, they don't. So protect first. And then Muddy Water, like I'm a bulky Dondozo, so surely not, right? Oh, and they missed. I'll take that. I'm not going to call that luck reliant, because I'm pretty confident I would have survived that, and then it just does multi-water accuracy drop, I'm pretty sure. So that may have been a luck loss if that would have happened, but I don't think that's a luck win. But that's exactly what the Toxic Spikes is supposed to do there. So, no predictions. Well, it was a basic prediction, actually. I Shadow Balled there in front of the mouse ults, so... I'm going to keep track of this, like, every game the Flutter Mane comes to, because if I needed the speed, I'll make a note of that, and if I didn't, then I'll put Modest, because that'd be right. Yeah, I think Terra Ground is a big plus for those ones. Not bad. And can I reach the 1600s? I always lose the win and in as such to the X100s. It's just, like, I always have to bounce up and down until I get over it. It's never in one go. Don't know why. Okay, Life Orb. That's alright. This is a Perish team, but not a Perish team. Like, okay. Okay, no Extreme Speed. Wild Trust Swords Dance. No Fake Out. That's good. Not Terra. Grass is Terra Fire. That's much better for me. Is it Safety Goggles? It is. No Close Combat. And no Clear Smog. Ooh, okay. Dondozo is looking alright then. So, start off with... was just Life Orb. That's okay. So I believe I can go Tatsugiri and Flutter Mane here with Dondozo and... Ooh, but then that doesn't particularly work, because then they can just Terra Fairy on the first turn, and they'll KO my Tatsugiri, so that doesn't actually completely work. So I think it's Brute Bonnet Flutter Mane with these in the back instead. Just Palafin? Okay, that's alright. Yeah, that's definitely alright. Pollen Puff will do a reasonable chunk to the Brute Bonnet, though. Oh, yeah, they had haste, didn't they? I need to take care of that. So there should be a switch into Arcanine, right? But even if it is, that's fine, because I get a sub. They can snarl me, though, so... Switch to Tatsugiri and protect on the snarl. Well, I'm taking the snarl on the Tatsugiri. They spore the Brute Bonnet, and that's a good play, but it should have been... Yeah, it was not even a pollen puff there. Okay. I do need to muddy water here. I can't Surf break my own substitute, because Surf does break the substitute. Well, it might not actually, because I'm dropped, so... Not the worst thing. Okay. In fact, I probably want to just double into this Amoonguss. Very pleased I doubled into this Amoonguss. So, Sleeping Tatsugiri, that'll be okay. Yeah, that's massive damage, that's good. It doesn't really matter that Tatsugiri went to sleep there because it can still jump into Dondozo's mouth, so... Dondozo and Protect. And then Shadow Ball and Terra Ground Earthquake. Not anymore. Bit of a shame I didn't Moonblast there. That would have been nice. But that's still okay. Salt Vest, right? Yeah, it was. But it's not multi-scale. So that'd be really close if I KO with the Terra Fairy. Back to Tatsugiri on the Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to do this to learn how much this does. Can't Terra Ground anymore, but that's okay. Oh yeah, this won't KO for sure. Oh, it would have KO'd. That's good to know. That's good. That didn't matter. Oh, okay. Okay, so I can't boost anymore. Not the worst, but... Yes, Flutter Mane's actually looking alright, because if they have to take a turn Will-O-Wisping, they're taking a Wave Crash. And nothing wants to take this Moonblast, so... This is still okay. Yeah, this is still going to absolutely chunk the Amoonguss. That's a chunk. Broken this up, though, so I can be Jet Punched, but that's a KO'd Arcanine. Okay. So... 7 protects, because they were definitely going back to Dragonite. Does it KO the Amoonguss? So if I'd have Wave Crashed the Amoonguss that turn, that would have been better. Does this KO the Dragonite? It might. If it does, I'm looking okay. Yeah, it does. That's good. Because the Palafin's basically useless here. I think I Sucker Punch, right? Because it's got to be Pollen Puff into the Brute Bonnet. So I Earthquake and Sucker Punch the Amoonguss. Like so. Very good. Nice. And the Palafin is not the Dondozo check, because who cares? So I will now sub and Bullet Seed. Yeah, not enough. Nice Dondozo checks you had there. Did not even need the boosts. So, not bad. And that's the 1600s, I'm pretty sure, as well, isn't it? No, it's not. Never is. Oh, that's why I won it, because it wasn't even a 1600s game. I thought I was higher than I was. Right. Basic predictions, probably. Brute Bonnet, Sucker Punch is a +1. Although Crunch would have done the same thing, so... Yeah. Earthquake is a +1. Although Order Up would have done the same thing. The max speed didn't matter, so +1 for Modest. I think that's it. Is there a KO I missed with the Tatsugiri at all? Yes, that one. So that would have been... I don't think that would have done it. But then they would have been lower, and then this thing would have KO'd. Yeah, so that's a +1 for max special attack on Tatsugiri. Right, come on then. This is actually the winner into the 1600s, so of course I will lose this one. Oh no, it's Scrabnosis. Using one of my favourite strategies against me. How dare they? Okay. So I'm pretty sure it's this. Don't think I want Dondozo here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't want Dondozo. I do want Flutter Mane. Actually, no, leading Flutter Mane's way better because I can sub on the first turn. I'm probably not. I think I want Tatsugiri. Oh, they didn't even... Alright, fine. So could this be a taunt into the... Brute Bonnet? Seems likely. The High Dragon hat, like, it's not going to let me Moonblast them, so I have to not do that. So... I think I will sub. And even though they're going to taunt me, I'm going to Spore. Because I would know if it was open team... Oh, it's Snarl. Yeah, I would know this if it was open team sheets. Yeah, there you go. So, I did say it was going to taunt, but... it very much did overall. Okay, so... double into this. Did that black out Sucker Punch? I think it did. That's quite funny. I'll take the dodge. A jump kick. Just Power Whip, okay. That would have KO'd, so this is a luck reliant already. Oh, it's Stitcher's Berry. Okay, that's not good. Enough damage. Oh, 46? No, not quite. So, this is okay, so long as I put it into Surf. Or Muddy Water range it's going to have to be. Oh, but Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy would do it. This might be a waste. But that does it, and then do they KO me? They should, right? Oh, they don't. Oh, yes, my bulk. The tiny bit of bulk. That's a +1 for the bulk. Where is bulk? It's not there. That's 1 for Modest, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, Muddy Water for sure. Don't want to Surf. Although I can Protect and Surf this turn, actually. Right? Yeah. That's okay. This is likely a Draco. That was much less than I expected. That's definitely a Soul Best. So... now... just need to KO this, and then the Brute Bonnet's freed up a lot. So... they would Earth Power me. Ooh, they went for a Thunder. That's incredibly greedy. Why didn't they Earth Power? Well, yeah, I Earth Powered myself, so I was definitely KOing myself, but it's just another Snarl. Okay. Sucker Punch KO's the... a Dragon from here, right? Serena's gone. Yeah. I think that's okay. And then they should be put in Sucker Punch range with the Sandy Shocks. So that's a plus for Sucker Punch. There's the gravity, so Spathra is in the back. So this is going to be Protect and Hypnosis, right? I have Terror, haven't I? Yeah, so I'll accept the first turn sleep, because this has got to be Protect. There's no way they let me Sucker Punch them like so. So there's no point... Well, that was weird. Because they can't KO the Brute Bonnet. That was weird. Unless they double Protect now. Oh, but they definitely could on the Sucker Punch. No, but the odds are still in my favour. They didn't even, so... Because that doesn't even... It doesn't even 3-shot. Wait. Oh, they're Covert Cloak! Oh, no. Oh, I just threw the game. But that's something I would have known if it was open team sheet again. So, not the worst thing, but very bad. Very bad. Yeah, now this game is looking a lot worse. That doesn't KO at least, but I'll still attempt to Sucker Punch. Oh, they attacked. Still in this. Oh, but they had us in Lean. That's not good. I do need to wake up, because they can KO my Tatsugiri. Oh, they didn't even... Look at the bulk. Look at the bulk! Oh, it's so good. Yeah, now have they terrored? They did, yes. So, Sucker Punch. Yeah, look at the bulk on my Brute Bonnet. My AVs are so good. Like, come on. They're brilliant. Is this KO? Surely doesn't, right? Going for Hypnosis. Blind Hypnosis, but that's fine. That gives me an extra turn to wait. I do wake up. So, that's noticeably bulky. So... What's the best way of doing it? Yeah, it's got to be this now. Because they do go for Hypnosis. I'll waste the turn of sleep again. And they need to Hypnosis again this turn. And I also need a 3-turn sleep on the Brute Bonnet, and they don't get that. So, yeah. A little bit fortunate, but that's what you have with Hypnosis. But, I wouldn't say it was it hard reads? It was closing in on hard reads. Oh, but I won the game to get Smith 600s. I will take it. I'm going to say hard reads. Brute Bonnet, Sucker Punch, big plus. Flutter Mane, Modest was fine. Didn't need the speed. Fake Out would have been okay, but Protect would have been better, given that there was Covert Cloak. Like, I would have known it was Covert Cloak. So, that's alright, but... Tatsugiri, Scarf was good there. Do I need the max special attack at all? If I had max special attack at probably 2 shots. No, it wouldn't, because I got snarled, so it didn't make a difference. Although... Yeah, it didn't matter there. The bulk was better. And how much HP was I on? That much. Oh, I would have been KO'd to Dazzling Beam for sure. So, yeah. I'll put 1 for bulk because the max special attack didn't matter. But that is the 1600s. I just had a clean sweep there. I'll take it.